with another stream. And this stream is another top quotes. I don't get to do these as often, but I really love doing these top quote streams, seeing as I have so many quotes on my website, over 300 now. And more coming every day, yes. And my arm is really hurting because I was just holding my baby during the last stream the whole time. So that was fun, not being able to shift or anything while I'm trying to live stream and holding a baby. But, it's always nice when you can hold your baby, hold your kids, hold them tight, love them anyway. 5 Catholic quotes for tough times. And these are tough times that we are dealing with right now. Let me move this over here somewhere. So, it's good to think about quotes that are going to basically, help you out to become, motivated or feel less depressed, because depression's bad, especially when you're stuck inside. So the first quote is from the Deuterocanonical book of Tobit, and it says, quote, and the baby's starting crying. I gotta pick her back up. All right, hold on a second, baby. Let me pick you up, baby. See, she really likes it when I'm holding her the whole time. There we go. Okay. She's like, don't put me down, hold me. Okay, quote, but this everyone is sure of that worshipeth thee, that his life, if it be under trial, shall be crowned, and if it be under tribulation, it shall be delivered. I really like this quote, especially the part where it says, if your life is under a trial, it shall be crowned. And I just love the fact that it's like, you're not going to get the crown. You're not going to get all the glory if you don't suffer as Christ did. So I really like the message of this quote, which is really saying that Christ suffered, so you are going to have to suffer as well. And it's very important to remember that the crown comes after the race, as St. Paul says. And this is from the Deuterocanonical book of Tobit. And our next quote is from Theodoret of Antioch, and he says, God's goodwill is enough to make me very cheerful, and if he is on my side, I despise all my troubles as trifles. And this is, again, another very powerful quote. If God is on your side, then nobody can be against you, basically. Any trouble you have, and of course we are going to have trouble because Jesus Christ, our blessed Lord himself, had trouble, lots of it. One of the 12 people he picked, he only picked 12 of them. And one of them betrayed him. So we are definitely going to have troubles. We are going to have pain and illness in all these things. But the important thing to remember that is if God is on our side, then all those troubles will fade away when we get our reward, when we get into heaven. Well, not when, but if, because we have to run the race and we have to keep running till we pass the finish line. So that's an important part of our faith, that we have to stay faithful to Jesus Christ, to God the Father, the Holy Spirit, until the end, as much as we can, of course. And God will provide us with the rest of the grace we need. So any troubles we could possibly have, they'll just be trifles if we persevere in the faith. Next quote, number 3, is from Pope Leo the 13th. To appease the might of an outraged God and to bring that health of soul so needed by those who are sorely afflicted, there is nothing better, get this, nothing better than devout and persevering prayer. And I know we're all having tough times right now, and it's hard to know, well, what should we do? Should I work out more? Should I, make sure I'm getting enough sun, taking my vitamins, eating healthy? All those things are good. But if you are sorely afflicted, which we are right now, we're sorely afflicted, the most important thing, and there's nothing better than this, is to devoutly pray and persevere in your prayer. And that's how we're going to get through this. So this is really one of my favorite quotes to read over now, because a lot of people are going through a lot of different troubles and things like that. This quote kind of makes you think about, to put things into perspective, the worse you're afflicted, the more you should pray. All right, moving on. The fourth quote is from the Book of Wisdom, which is another deuterocanonical book, which are great to read. If you don't have these books in the Bible you read, you can check out the Douay Rheims Bible, one of my favorite translations. And it will have these 7 deuterocanonical books, which is called the second canon. And I'm kind of getting off topic here a little bit, but if you didn't know, there are multiple canons of the Bible from different traditions. In fact, the Ethiopian Christian tradition has even more books in their canon, but we really don't get access to those books unless you go online. It's not in any English translations, only in Ethiopian translations, and in some Greek and other Orthodox churches of the East, they have different books in addition as well. Of course, they all have the Old Testament books, and they all have the Gospels and the New Testament books. But some of the additional books is where people differ. Anyway, they're all great to read. But I love this quote: afflicted in few things, in many they shall be rewarded, because God hath tried them and found them worthy of himself. So what we feel like it's the end of the world sometimes when we're dealing with stuff. But depending on how much we deal with and how faithful we stay, that's how much we're going to be rewarded. Jesus, he was already God, and he was afflicted the most out of anybody ever, basically. But he didn't even need to do that. He chose to do that. But he was doing that to show us how we should respond to his call. If we're being afflicted like we are right now, churches are closed. You can't get any of the blessings and the graces that we normally get when we are going to church and we're, interacting with other members of the faithful. We're stuck inside. A lot of us, me especially, because I just had a baby, so it's like we're even more susceptible to diseases and viruses and things like that. So it's really frustrating being stuck inside. And some people have actually gotten sick. They're in the hospital. So this is something that is afflicting us. But, we have to really think about how good our reward will be based on how much we have suffered. So don't think of suffering as just, oh man, I'm just suffering and life's horrible and God's not looking out for me. No. God is trying you to find how worthy you are. And the more faithful you stay, the more you pray, and then God's looking at you like, yes, well done, my faithful servant, come into my kingdom. That's what you'll hear. I want to hear that. Moving on to the last quote, number 5, is from the book of Baruch, and it goes like this: I send forth with mourning and weeping, but the Lord will bring you back to me with joy and gladness forever. And I put this quote last for a reason, because right now we feel like we're in the mourning and weeping time. We're like, man, there's no church. The churches aren't open. I can't get the sacraments. I can't get my normal blessings that I normally get. I can't interact with other people who go to my church. All these people who are basically my extended family, and I'm cut off from them. You might even be cut off from your natural blood family, and which I am. I can't really interact with everyone, like I said, because, we have a newborn and we don't want our baby to get sick. So we're extra careful. And it's really sad because we want to be with each other. We want to be with each other and have fun and pray together and all these other good things. And we're in that mourning and weeping phase. But why I love this quote so much? Because of the second part. The Lord will bring you back with joy and gladness forever. So we can't be short-sighted when we're looking at the situations that are affecting us. We have to look beyond that to the joy and gladness that is going to come in the future The joy and gladness is waiting for us if we stay faithful to our blessed Lord Jesus Christ and his commandments. And that is the key. That's the real key. Jesus went around healing and doing miracles, but his real miracle was opening the gates of heaven so that we can join him in happiness forever and ever. So I really love this quote. All these quotes, of course, are on my site, sdcason.com. You can check it out. If you need any inspiration, they're all there. And maybe I'll show that a little bit after. So let me see here. So, okay, thanks for watching, but let me show the website, sdcason.com, real quick and show you how you can find a quote to motivate yourself. So let's see how it looks. Okay, so here's the website, sdcason.com, and on the side here, you can see categories. Click categories, and let's say, for example, you feel like you want to read about love. You click the category love, and all the quotes come up that are about love. And there's tons of them. Maybe you want to read about mercy. Click mercy, all the quotes about mercy come up. So I made this website for a number of reasons. One, for myself, because I write books and I like to use quotes in my books. So there wasn't any website that had the quotes with the actual source, like where it came from. So I'm always wondering, did this saint actually say this? Did this pope actually say this? So I created this website for that purpose. And secondly, because I love quotes. I'm like obsessed with quotes and how they can improve your life. So I also made it so that I could just go on and look up a quote if I need some support, if I need to read about mercy or love or forgiveness. I can easily go on here and do that. And now you can as well at sdcason.com. Let's finish out here. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, ring the bell. Everywhere else, you can follow me on any other social media channel. And you're going to find more great quotes at sdcason.com, as well as daily meditations, prayer books, all that good stuff. And I just released a new prayer book, which is Marian Devotions for the month of May. You can check that book out. It is on the website sdcason.com, and it has a meditation on and a reflection on the life of the Blessed Virgin Mary for each day of the month of May. If you're interested in that kind of thing, you can get the book, ebook, or, well, the print version isn't out yet, but the ebook, it's $4.99. So that's it. Thanks for everybody who checked me out. And until next time, stay holy and God bless.